If The Simpsons predicted your future, would you laugh or just panic? Welcome to the show, where our favorite yellow family's punchlines have mutated into headlines, and satire has become a global warning label. I'm your host, and today we're dissecting the most terrifying Simpsons predictions for 2026 already coming true. And trust me, reality's got less hair than Homer and more anxiety than Lisa. From AI workforce tsunamis to smart homes channeling HAL 9000, we'll follow a three-act structure: setup, meltdown, and uncomfortable resolution. World War III and deepfakes aren't just plot twists. They're technical, grenade, and digital hallucination, respectively. So, are we living in Springfield or just trapped in a dystopian rerun? Let me walk you frame by frame through the madness, because if The Simpsons can warn us, maybe we can at least dodge the donut holes. Ready for Act 1? Let's roast the predictions that made satire obsolete. Remember the Them Robots episode where Mr. Burns fires everyone and keeps Homer as the last human button pusher? Well, in 2026, that's less a joke and more a LinkedIn horror story. You will train them, and they will replace you. Only now that's the onboarding speech at every tech company. AI tsunami? More like a tidal wave that sweeps up 300 million jobs worldwide, according to Goldman Sachs. Young workers, junior lawyers, basic coders ever thought your safe office job would be vaporized by a neural network? At least robots don't complain, right? Duolingo fired 10% of its translators and moved to an AI-first plan. Courses built by humans now pushed out by bots. The old Simpsons plot? It's your resume, shredded. So, if you're training these digital overlords, don't get too comfortable. Maybe Homer was onto something. Pushing one button and taking all the blame is now the path to promotion. Ultra House 3000? Pierce Brosnan's voice? Smart homes used to sound like luxury. Now, they're less Bond and more Bond villain. Insurance companies are the new enforcers. Want a discount? Install leak sensors and share your data. Refuse, and you pay more. It's extortion wrapped in a smart thermostat. Federal Trade Commission says Ring staff had access to private videos. Wise glitched, letting users peek into strangers' homes. And baby monitors? Hacked to watch mothers breastfeed. Who knew privacy could be so intimate? Technical term. Internet of Things is just code for Internet of Surveillance. Another one? Cloud security? That's like trusting your secrets to a sieve. So next time your house locks you in, maybe it's not malfunctioning, it's evolving. The Simpsons warned us. The house is watching, and now so are hackers, insurers, and your nosy neighbor. Osaka flu 1993. Worker coughs in a box, germs float across the ocean. Springfield collapses into chaos. Swap Osaka for H3N2K and Springfield for everywhere. Welcome to 2026. CDC counted 11 million flu cases in January. Hospital beds full, nurses overwhelmed, rumors more infectious than the virus itself. Subclade K? Sounds like a villain's name, not a flu strain. World Health Organization now promises faster sharing of virus samples, but pandemic treaty? It's more paper thin than Marge's patience. Just like in Margin chains, panic, fake cures, and chaos spread faster than medicine. Did The Simpsons predict the next pandemic, or just the world's inability to handle one? If you're waiting for government efficiency, you might as well wait for Homer to pass a math quiz. World War III? As bar banter? Moe's Tavern nails it. The real 2026? Doomsday clock ticks at 85 seconds to midnight. That's nuclear Armageddon with a side of climate chaos. 12,240 nuclear warheads, hypersonic missiles, expired treaties. Sounds like Springfield, but with less beer and more existential dread. Technical term: arms race. Picture two toddlers fighting over matches. Mutually assured destruction? Like a group project, but everyone gets an F. And fallout. Russia fires a new missile. US and China play chicken over Taiwan, and the doomsday clock moves forward. Is the real joke how numb we've become? Between fake nuclear drills and real warheads, the Simpsons didn't just predict disaster, they predicted apathy. Apparently, living with constant risk is now just another Wednesday. Plastic World, 2025. Earth's buried under bottles, wrappers, and old toys. Lisa searches for real soil, like she's Indiana Jones, but with more allergies. Global plastic waste on track to triple by 2060. Less than 1% recycled. Technical term, microplastics, tiny invaders found in blood, brain, and yes, testicles. Circular economy. That's just spinning the trash faster. UN talks failed to set limits. Oil and plastic producers bailed. The planet's turning into Homer's lunchbox, filled with leftovers sealed and completely unappetizing. Millions now breathe, eat, and drink plastics. Did you ever imagine your body could be part Lego set? So before you toss another wrapper, remember, the Simpsons didn't just predict pollution, they predicted people becoming plastic collectibles. Who needs organic food when you can snack on BPA? Springfield's Mafia War? Real Mexico's cartel wars make Fat Tony look like an amateur. In 2026, the Jalisco cartel boss was taken out in a raid, and the country erupted in violence, burning vehicles and blocking highways. In The Simpsons, politicians cut deals, and the mob settles scores. In Mexico, it's a power vacuum with cities too scared to step outside. Cartel is now a technical term for world's worst HR department. Operation usually means surgery, but here it's shootouts and chaos. Too literal for Springfield, too real for the news. Are we overreading the parallels? Or did Matt Groening nail cartel geopolitics before CNN? So next time Fat Tony shows up, remember, the real world's version comes with fewer laughs and way more burned out neighborhoods. NSA jokes? Not so funny when you realize they're listening. Springfield's protest against cameras fades, and suddenly, everyone's living under a digital microscope. By 2026, China's got a camera for every 2 people, tied to face recognition. Technical term, surveillance capitalism, where your face is currency. Big data? That's just your life, sold wholesale. School cameras help immigration raids, police flag drivers for suspicious travel patterns, and now the business of raiding people is a $16 billion market. Most terrifying? Everyone's gotten used to it. Springfield's outrage faded, and now so has ours. So if you're worried Big Brother's watching, remember, The Simpsons predicted we'd stop caring. That's scarier than the cameras themselves. CNN BCBS, a news channel with more acronyms than sense. The Simpsons joked about one network to rule them all, but in 2026, that's just business as usual. Disney bought Fox for $71.3 billion, and now Netflix is trying to swallow Warner Brothers for $82.7 billion. Technical term, vertical integration, like stacking pancakes until they collapse. Oligopoly? That means you get 5 flavors of the same news. Streaming now eats up almost half of all TV time. Whoever owns the apps owns your eyeballs and your reality. Competition watchdogs warn that one more mega deal could crush smaller rivals. The joke? You might end up with one network and 0 choices. So if Kent Brockman shows up on CNN, BCBS, just know, The Simpsons didn't just call the future, they trademarked it. Springfield bans silly TV. Homer works for the drama squad. Reality? Social media feeds you endless memes, drama, and bad jokes because entertaining you is easier than educating you. Technical term, algorithmic curation, like having a toddler pick your dinner every night. User engagement? That's code for addiction. Meta, TikTok, X, Snap, Discord, senators grilling them for addicting children, pushing harmful content, and treating attention like gold. Europe's new Digital Services Act forces platforms to explain their ranking system, but transparency is just another buzzword. So if you're scrolling through endless reels, remember, The Simpsons warned us good TV is just another chain, and you're the prisoner. Tom Hanks lends his credibility to the government. In 2026, even Tom Hanks can't trust Tom Hanks. Deepfake ads, fake political clips, and AI-generated scandals are now standard. Technical term. Synthetic media sounds fancy, but it's just lies with better graphics. Voice cloning? Like a parrot, but with a lawyer's resume. Moldova, Germany, Ireland. Elections hit by fake videos, candidates smeared, and one fake can swing a vote. Bit by bit, trust is dying. You can't believe what you see, and politicians have finally found a way to change history. Just deepfake it. So, the death of truth? The Simpsons saw it coming. Who needs facts when you can have digital fiction? Bart's birthday. A chatbot writes the ending, then explodes. Now, AI tools craft fake Simpsons prediction frames faster than Homer can eat a donut. After the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse, an image surfaced Homer watching the disaster. Fact-checkers debunked it, but fans still believed. Technical term, image generation like Photoshop, but sneakier. Confirmation biases? That's you, sharing a meme because it feels right. Waves of fake Simpsons predicted it posts now flood social media. Stadium scenes, quakes, scandals, none real, all viral. So, the scariest prediction? You can't even trust the predictions anymore. Before you share, check the screenshot. Else, you're just helping robots rewrite history. Let's be honest. The Simpsons didn't just forecast global chaos. They nailed our willingness to ignore it. Springfield syndrome is real. Outrage fades, apathy blooms, and the world keeps spinning. Technical term, normalization of deviance, that's getting used to the absurd. Collective amnesia, like forgetting your homework, but for civilization. At first, surveillance, pollution, and AI layoffs feel outrageous. Then it's Tuesday. The Simpsons predicted our response. Shrug, binge watch, and hope for the best. Are you feeling a bit like Homer, confused, bored, and oddly okay with chaos? Maybe it's time to break the script. Springfield syndrome is the real villain here. Why do we love believing The Simpsons predicted everything? Because reality is weird enough, and fiction just feels more organized. Technical term. Pattern recognition. Humans connect dots, even if they don't belong. Parody prophecy? That's satire, mistaken for psychic ability. Fans share fake screenshots, confident in the show's supernatural foresight. AI tools now feed this belief, stitching together scenes that never happened. You might be thinking, is this just harmless fun? Consider how misinformation shapes public opinion, elections, and even policy. So next time you see another Simpsons predicted it meme, ask yourself, are you fueling the prophecy or just feeding the algorithm? So let's recap. 1. The Simpsons predicted not just events, but our numb acceptance of them. 2. AI and deepfakes now threaten both jobs and truth itself. 3. Mass surveillance and plastic pollution are less predictions and more invitations to panic. If you want to break free from the Springfield trap, start questioning every prediction you see. Fact-check before you share, because the robots are rooting for misinformation. Next episode, I'll dig into the most absurd, hilarious predictions The Simpsons got wrong, and how those mistakes might save us from doom. So, will you stay passive like Homer, or rebel like Bart? Subscribe, share, and stay skeptical, because the line between satire and reality is thinner than Marge's patience. This is your host, signing off. If The Simpsons predicted our future, maybe it's time we start predicting theirs. See you in the next chapter of Springfield's Survival Guide.